Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking about the Massachusetts State Quarter. We'll be going over the ones that are worth much more than 25 cents. It could be due to a variety, an error, or a conditional rarity. I'll have hopefully a clear explanation and understanding of what values you can expect for your different, more valuable Massachusetts coin, or if you just have one that's worth 25 cents. But let's get right into this video, explain everything that you would need to know, and yeah, head to the presentation. And here we've got the Massachusetts Statehood Quarter featuring the Minutemen militia that would have been instrumental in the Revolutionary War. Really cool part of that state and a lot of history there, being formed in 1788, officially becoming and gaining statehood. I'm not going to get into too much of the history or design, but you can pause if you'd like a little bit more information. I want to focus on the varieties first. This one is going to be a double die obverse, somewhat classic to have a doubled ear, but a fair amount of them possess them, and they also may manifest in a different way than what we're seeing here, but just a nice little spread to the bottom of the ear, and I think about $10 is sort of the right money. It's just not that something people are paying up for a ton. There's a die marker here, a little bit of a gouge in the T and E and United that can be searched for. There's also on the Denver Mint coins a similar double die obverse, just a small spread, not that significant, but I think it's enough where, hey, you can search not only on the Philadelphia Mint coins, but also on the Denver ones for something that's got a tiny spread, and it means that, it's not like when you come across a Massachusetts quarter, there's nothing to search for from a varieties perspective, in addition for looking for conditional rarity or errors, which we'll get into now. The Massachusetts quarters, there's a ton of these produced, over 600 million for the Philadelphia and a lot more in Denver, and as such, Mint State 69 is really the grade that you need to achieve to make it worth submitting, because 68 pluses don't come out easily either, so it's got to be almost flawless. And I think the back is going to be a place that you can look for Washington's cheek, sort of in the high points on the design, but then also the fields are going to try to be perfect on the reverse. And $6,000, there's hardly any that have been graded Mint State 69. On the other hand, for the Denver Mint, it is worth it if you can get it in a Mint State 68. Previously, it's only about a $30 coin, but with the Denver ones, that's going to be $300 with major upside above it. So just something to consider. It's a pretty tough game submitting coins that are purely conditional rarities when they're moderns, but people do it and can make a fair amount of profit if they have a good eye. I would not submit the clad proof quarters or the silver proof ones, just because there's not enough even in that perfect proof 70 deep cameo grades. Now, there are a fair amount of decent and really interesting errors to check out, whether it's purchasing them in an auction or on eBay. If you're interested in Massachusetts coins, of course, look out for them. It's just you almost never find them in Pocket Change. I still think it's cool to have a summary of some of the better ones. This one is a gorgeous double struck coin with two strikes. You can see Massachusetts twice. You see the Minutemen. It's doubled up. And I really, really like how this looks. This is a double struck coin as opposed to the double die. The dies are what's used. Those are struck separately and then strike a bunch of the same looking coin. This is more of a striking error where the coin doesn't properly eject out of the chamber, receives that very prominent second strike. Here we have a 100 grain experimental Planchet, so it's a different weight. I'm unclear about how this would have gotten out of the mint, but they were testing out different alloys, and this one, what clearly was an experimental Planchet. 1999, every single different state design, from Connecticut to New Jersey, had these experimental Planchets struck, but this is seemingly different because it's not like all the 2000 ones had this. It was the year where Sacagawea production ramped up quite a bit, and I'll have something cool to show in that vein in just a few seconds. There's also this die adjustment strike, a little bit lower of a valuation, but basically they test the pressure, make sure that the, it's like a test piece, make sure that the dies are properly spaced and striking, the right amount, and they get some very, very weak strikes. It's challenging to grade this sort of thing, so NGC just certified it as being an authentic mint error. It sold for $155, and you can see some of that outline, maybe Washington's hair and a little bit of Massachusetts there And then this is our last one of the coolest errors we're going to talk about today. This is a 2000p Sacagawea dollar. On first glance, maybe it looks like it's just seen a lot of wear, or it's really ugly, but actually you can see that a quarter somehow made its way into the dollar, and they're relatively similar sizes, but you can see the outline of the Minutemen, the Massachusetts In God We Trust, over the TDR designer's initials. Same thing over here, Washington and the Eagle. It's actually kind of a cool mashup, and somebody thought it was enough to the point that they would pay $8,800 for it. So just sort of something fun. It doesn't seem like we've got much that's cracking that $10,000 barrier between the interesting overstrike and then the conditional rarities, but it'll be exciting to think through these ones. And when you get them, whether it's P or D, make sure to look for that double die obverse in the form of a minor double deer on the front. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.